I guess a high, special moment was that also I was taking a walk in the evening, and then I was listening to Peter. Peter put a nice video that I sent it to our WhatsApp. And in that video that he put, I was just listening to him, and he was saying like, hey, just to notice trees, to notice all the trees that you come across. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay. So I started doing that, and somehow was combined with the whatever I was doing. It brought this looking exercise and being present to nature to a whole other level, that I had a deep realization that, man, I almost never noticed a tree really, and I was feeling how I missed them all my life, and now I was not just seeing the tree and I'm aware of myself, but it was more like acknowledging. I was feeling this emotional acknowledgement of the so-called trees. Anyway, so I had like a deep state with the trees, and almost then again I would be like miss some trees, and I was like, ah, and yeah, almost I was feeling some type of guilt or regret that, oh man, how I just was almost disrespectful by not being present to them. So I kept going and started to get kind of more emotional, and I would just even touch them or be like, it will come into some kind of thank you, like thank you, like as a brother, this tree, and anyway, all kind of basically some reverence, awe, gratitude. Yeah, so that was something changed about that, and even having thoughts about, well, what's a tree? You know, if you take all this label and and like they stand for something, and anyway, it's a whole thing. Like they are constantly serving, they are constantly transmuting, they are reaching out high and deep, and so that was a high. And then I had a little talk with Peter about it, and it reminded me some theory in the fourth way, which is interesting for you all too. In the fourth way, they talk about positive emotions. But what they say, positive emotions are not at the same level with, it's not like, oh, I feel good, I feel bad, I'm irritated, I'm happy. It's more like that as we are getting more conscious and we are more longer in presence, then we start to have some other type of emotional world. So that will be positive emotions. Positive emotions associated with higher emotional center, with presence, where there is more gratitude, seeing the beauty, awe, that we can't fake it. You know, I could see that. I was talking to Peter, I was like, I mean, one can do the looking exercise from a lower state, and it's like making effort, not going imagination, it's like work. But then you can have the same thing, what I described, where it's like beyond looking exercise. It's like, it goes, I could see how the fourth way work brings to the point where you can go towards non-duality now. I see the tree as my friend, as my brother. I see the tree and I feel the tree. And anyway, there was like a little glimpse, a little longer glimpse of a richer emotional experience, but connected with more awareness. So there was the high, so to say. And then the next day, you know, I again have a walk, and I could see that, oh, it went back to, reverted to, well, you know, just trees, you know. But so I'm trying to use that experience as that was like a direction. Also, even with the trees, I realized that, man, I mean, now I'm focusing on the trees, but fuck, everything is like that. the bricks and the stones and the flowers. So that's what I would like. I will think of some exercise, but to notice the trees, and not just in this divided attention way, but to acknowledge them, to acknowledge, I mean, to see them and not go into labels and all of that and be aware of myself, but to go into feeling them and so on.